energy, boosted her life. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic, iron say iconic, iron say iconic.
So after electing to bat first, they have lost their first wicket, a very important one. Rishi Pilani getting out, who was in good form in the previous match. When we saw him, he was good, but he got out unfortunately today, trying to hit over the top into that mid-off region. That's nicely bowled again. The ball is going through that gap. There's a fielder, there's protection. There are two fielders who are stationed just outside that playing area. One is in the third man, one in the sweeper cover. So two fielders patrolling the boundary. Only two are allowed. So with that single, the score moves on to 8. 8 for the loss of Rishi Pilani. International School Dads Tournament season 5.0, and you've seen some good matches. Jay gets off the mark with that single. That's nicely bowled. That is good understanding between them. Pradeep gets a single, gets to the other end. So good energy on display over here by this team. Every time you get a wicket, especially of the opening batsman early in the innings, it's always something which gives boost to your confidence, and that's what has exactly happened. There's nothing like success which can give you more motivation to do some better work, and that's what exactly has happened. They got the wicket, caught at mid-off, and they got the dangerous Rishi Pilani back to the hut. He was in good form in this week. He has been sent packing. Jai, very little footwork over there, just went for it. Jai Parekh is the new batsman who has come in. He's got a single. He's faced a couple of deliveries. The score's 9. Jai Parekh. Pinang has got that first wicket. He has got the wicket in his second over. Yet to see the boundary of him in this over. That's nicely bowled. The fielder at the point has been kept busy. They take a single. The 3 overs, 9 runs for the loss of Rishi Pilani. In fact, 10 runs. We got 3 singles after that wicket of Rishi Pilani. Jazz got a couple, and in this over, 1 run to Pradeep. Pratik is the premier all-rounder. Pratik's batting as well as bowling has been the one which has been influential for this SVKM team. Very important match for both of this team. OAS Blasters versus SVKM. OAS Blasters won the toss, have decided to bat first. Not a good start considering that they elected to bat first on this slightly mundane Sunday afternoon. They are not got off to a good start. They are still getting warmed up to the occasion. Just 9 runs in 3 overs is very poor. Instead, they have to make a move on now. Score is 9. That's going to help. That's beautifully played. That's going to race away. What a work that is. Brilliance from that man over there. Saved at least a couple for his team. If not boundary, that would have gone for 3 runs. Brilliant work. Very rarely do we find people diving around in this kind of matches, because most of you remember these guys are 35 plus, some of them 45 plus, some of them 40 plus even. But looking at the exuberance and the energy, they are second to none. But that's beautifully turned away. That's going to race away. But the outfield is slightly thick over there. They have to do all the running to get those runs over there. They get a couple. That's going to help. The score moves on to 13 now. Pratik comes on strike. They look positive in this over. They have tried to score some runs. It's always good to keep the scoreboard moving, they say. So they have done exactly that. They have moved on to 12. They were going along 3 runs per over. They got 3 in the first 2 balls itself. They need to look at an over which would fetch them at least 10 to 12 runs. That's down the leg side. That's going to help. The extras are like freebies. Some dessert on offer after that big heavy meal. Something by the restaurant as they give. That's what they would be accepting it with both hands. So those kind of complimentary sweets in between what you get in your restaurants. Something similar over here. Those extras, those whites are always welcome. Scores 14 now. That's nicely turned away. He's using the angles well. Every time you bowl on the legs, it's always set. That's the area you are going to leak some runs. So 5 runs in this over so far. Both Jay and Pratik have looked comfortable. And almost similar kind of shots turning away towards the square leg. Also one shot we saw which was racing towards that mid-wicket boundary, which was stopped by the fielder over there. Yet to see a boundary in the last 2 overs. It remains in that way. That's the first dot delivery of this over. They need to find ways to get those boundaries over there. At least a couple in this next 1.5 overs. That's beautifully done. That's the way you hit them. But that's protection over there. There's deep covers. They're keeping the scoreboard moving. That's what is more important. Pratik comes on strike. That's nicely done. That's how you hit them. One bounce. Into the fence it goes. That was slightly uppish. There was protection over there. The fielder on that cow corner was on the edge of the circle. The ball beat him comfortably for a well-required boundary.
Boosted energy, boosted life. INC iconic Enersal, energize. INC iconic Enersal, energize.
Right, actually. He was there for that SMPL tournament. He was there for the other match which they played in the DATS tournament. So he's here again. Kapil, almost thrice we have seen him in the space of 4 days performing over here on this ground. He's a very good bowler. The very first match when we saw he was pace. Let's see what he does here. The pace was fine, the length was fine, the line wasn't. He gets penalized for it. Wide will help the scoring. 21 it moves on to. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. That's the right line and length we are talking about. He is a very good bowler who uses the pace to his advantage. And that was the right line and length. When you have good accuracy along with the pace, he becomes doubly dangerous. That's what exactly happened. The ball was pitched in the right area, moving away with a nice pace on it. That's how you should be bowling, keeping it tight. Oh, that's beautifully bowled again. Very little foot movement, that's not going to help the OIS. You need to come in the line of the ball, they say. If there is width on offer, you can make use of it. But if you are trying to sway away and play those shots, you minimize your chances of connection and minimize your chances of scoring as well. Twice he was beaten neck and crop. Good 2 consecutive deliveries. Will it culminate into a wicket or a boundary? That's beautifully bowled. Just pinned him back. Bowling that hard length, hitting into the pitch. And one of the very few bowlers who are able to extract some bounce out of this wicket. This is a tailor-made wicket for good batsmanship. The major objective is not to get people hurt. That's the thing. That's the major reason. We have a wicket which is tailor-made for this kind of cricket. Remember, these guys are not the ones who are in their teens. They are the ones, some of them close to 40, some of them 40 plus, some of them 35 plus, and they have offices to attend, they have their businesses to take care of, and we don't want people getting injured. This is a tournament which can test your skills. This is a tournament to play and enjoy your passion. This is a tournament where you can show your skills, but not a tournament to get hurt, to get injured, or cause some harm to one's life. So that's the reason we have a pace of the wicket, also the bounce of the wicket in a controlled manner, which it does not rise steeply and has an even bounce altogether. That does not mean the ball keeps slow. It's a prolific wicket to get some runs. Let's see whether they'll make use of it. Beautifully done. The ball's coming out nicely. That's what we say. It's not slow, but it's not bouncing. By no means it's a dead wicket where you're going to bowl and the ball's not going to go at all. It's a wicket where if you bend your back, you're going to get some purchase, but it's not a wicket which the balls are going to fly through and close to your ears and all, because we did not appreciate that kind of bowling here. It's the old fashioned over here. Bouncers generally are not the ones which are appreciated over here. In fact, they are not allowed even. Oh, that's nicely bowled. Wonderful bowling by this man. Makwana has bowled a brilliant over where he has got ball missing the bat at least twice, if I remember. A very good over comes to an end. Just 2 runs in that Kapil Makwana over. This is super stuff. 1 bounce, 2 bounces into the fence. Brilliantly hit. These are delightful strokes. You do not have to put a lot of power, lot of aggression, lot of strength, lot of muscle into it. Pure timing and class. Timing, technique, temperament, talent, all put together into that to get at one delightful crisp boundary up and over into that covers. That's a boundary which they would appreciate. That's a boundary the team would appreciate. That's a boundary the batsman dreams of. So the boundary will take the score to 26 now. We are into the 6th over. We need a couple of runs. They need a... Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Again pinning him back. They need a boundary. They need some impetus so that the scoring is taken care of. Second, this last over bowled by Kapil Makwana was a brilliant one. And he was just bowling within himself. That wasn't the express pace which Kapil Makwana we know of. And that there weren't some super deliveries or something. He just put the ball in the right areas. So an over in which they got just a couple of runs, they need an over at least in which they get a couple of boundaries now. There's no two ways about it. Jigar Shah, the bowler. He's bowled well on the other day. He got 4 wickets bowling those wonderful bowls. He was the man of the match, in fact. Let's see whether he can replicate that kind of performance. But that's a full toss. Just short of the fielder over there. Jatin doing the job. Jatin comes into bat up the order. He was also a good bowler of theirs. But that's beautifully played, but straight to the fielder. Some delightful strokes going straight to the fielders. That has been the story of their innings. And they've got very few balls to put away. And they've played and missed quite a lot of times even. It has been an innings of stop and start kind of thing, where they lost their opening batter. After that, they had a play of play and misses. They got a couple of boundaries, one in that cow corner region, one into that wideish long off and covers. They have got the impetus to the scoring now. They need to take it ahead. That was nice adjustment of the shot. He was a little late on it, but he changed his shot right in the time to get those right 4 runs. So he wasn't up to the pitch of the ball. In fact, he was slightly flummoxed, wasn't able to get to the pitch of the ball. Perplexed he was, but there was no confusion in what the result was. That were 4 runs for some good adaptive batting. The score at the end of this over is 32. 10 runs in this over along with those couple of boundaries which they got. That's nicely hit. The ball's racing toward the square leg ring. The ball's just moving so rapidly over there. That would be a 3 if they work a little hard. No, instead they take a couple of comfortable one. Pratik's on 14. He's got those boundaries, a couple of them in fact. He'll get another if he can hold on to his. That's beautifully bowled again. He has beaten him at least 4 times in space of those 2 overs. And this is the first occasion now. In the previous over, it was twice or thrice. Now again, Kapil Makwana bowling the delightful length. More importantly, he has got some pace to back it up. If you are having some good line and length, but if you don't have a pace to back it up, you can be still clobbered for runs. He's having some good pace, and he should be using that pace now, gliding it into that area. That's beautifully bowled Yorker. Previous one was a ball bowled in the good length. This one was pitched up further. So good change in line and length and also the pace of the ball, which keeps the batsman guessing. If you are in monotonous, the monotonous is going to help the opposition to get runs against you. Cricket, after all, is a game of different angles. Cricket, after all, is a game of assumptions and getting and anticipating what's going to come next. That's beautifully bowled again. Change of. That's what the batsman did. Use the pace, just dabbed it to that third man region for a comfortable signal. So all 3 balls were unique. The first one was just short of length. The next one was pitched up, and this one was right up into that length area where it becomes difficult for the batsman to face. So he's been bowling good. He got a couple of going down the leg side, but he got other balls in those right areas. Oh, this is brilliance from this man. He's just warming up. That's what I was saying. He's just bowling in his first and second gear, and that was his top gear ball, where he put a lot of weight behind that ball and beat him completely. That's brilliance from this man. More importantly, his pace is quite up there. Oh, that's brilliant again. Beaten only by the pace of it. Jigar has found him very difficult, a hard nut to crack, this man, and has been a difficult proposition for Jigar Shah at least. In fact, for the new batter. Just gave away 3 runs in this over. That is brilliance from this man. So Nirav Darzi comes in. He has played a couple of matches over here. The same team. They are part of that international DATS tournament. They are also part of SMPL. They have tasted success in the last couple of matches. Let's see whether they can replicate their form over here, continue with their good work. So Nirav Darzi, he'll bowl leg spins, he will bowl off spins, he'll bowl the floaters, he'll bowl every kind of ball delivery. Oh, that's beautifully flighted. That's his USP. He bowls in that air channels and gives nice flight. More importantly, the pace on the ball is always, which is more important, we just bowls it slowly, just right enough, not less, not more. That's what is more important for a spinner, to understand what his pace is going to be. You might bowl a quicker one this time. Flighted the first one. Yeah, he flights it again, but different length. Beautifully bowled again. He has been in good bowling form, this man. He was taken for a few runs in the last match, in the second last over which he bowled. But overall, he's been the one who has created problems for the opposition with his beautiful slow bowling. The batsmen have to do all the hard work to get runs off him. It's always good when you have some pace on the ball so that you can work on it. But the bowler is not giving you that pace. All that hard work has to come from your bat and your strength. This might just be pulled into square leg region, I feel. That's hit down the ground. That's going to be just a single. 1 . 2 . 3 . 4 . 5 . 6 . 7 . 8 . 9 . 10 . 11 . 12 . 13 . 14 . 15 . 16 . 17 . 18 . 19 . 20 . 21 . 22 . 23 . 24 . 25 . 26 . 27 . 28 . 29 . 30 . 31 . 32 . 33 . 34 . 35 . 36 . 37 . 38 . 39 . 40 . 41 . 42 . 43 . 44 . 45 . 46 . 47 . 48 . 49 . 50 . 51 . 52 . 53 . 54 . 55 . 56 . 57 . 58 . 59 . 60 . 61 . 62 . 63 . 64 . 65 . 66 . 67 . 68 . 69 . 70 . 71 . 72 . 73 . 74 . 75 . 76 . 77 . 78 . 79 . 80 . 81 . 82 . 83 . 84 . 85 . 86 . 87 . 88 . 89 . 90 . 91 . 92 . 93 . 94 . 95 . Good bowling by Nirav. He has kept them quiet. They might just see a sweep coming in, because that's the shot you can get away with a leg spinner if you are good in that. He goes back foot, hits it down the ground for a single. That's two. Those are the two shots we have to look out for when you go on the back foot. It is inside out, up and over into the covers, or the back foot slash where we can hit towards that point region. Other shot which you can play is the ram shot or the sweep shot. So these are the options against this kind of bowling. So that he just cleaned him up. He got himself into a tangle. That was a Google, I think. Nirav Darzi weaving his magic, just cramping him for space, and gets his man. Absolutely flummoxed with the slow pace over there. That's nicely bowled. 8 overs and 38 runs. It's Pratik. That's nicely bowled. So two leg spinners have come in. There was some raw pace by Kapil Makwana, and now we are seeing some good bowling. Ball's not turning much, but these two guys have got the idea of the right line and right pace on this wicket. So that's beautifully done. The ball's racing towards that boundary. That will just go for a prolific shot. What a shot that is. Very little strength behind it. Just pure timing. Just skipped down the ground and met the ball on the full for getting a fantastic boundary. Pratik getting that very important boundary for his team. Oh, that's nicely bowled. That is beautifully bowled. Not the right length to play that kind of shot. The ball was pitched slightly forward. The best shot would have been to just turn it on the leg side, maybe take a single, go to the other end. Pratik has got a boundary. Every time you get a boundary, your confidence manifolds. You're always on a lookout for another, especially against a spinner. Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's the bet thrown, and that's the wicket. Challenge is of 7 overs. If you complete the challenge, you get 14 runs for it. You get double of it, or if you don't, you get a 0. It's either going to be 0 or 14 now. That's not going to help. That's going to help the batting team. Piyush Patel would be happy with that. They need 5 runs of the next 6 balls. That's nicely bowled. What a shot that is! That is racing towards that boundary. Will it go all the way? Yes, it does. Brilliantly struck. That would be just a run away from completing that challenge. That's what's a crucial blow. What a shot! That's a delightful cover drive. Crisp as a chocolate. Fantastic shot that is. Finish that challenge of 7 runs with that graceful boundary. What a good shot that was. That was shot of the day for me, I would say. Piyush Patel hitting it brilliantly. What a shot that was. So that 14 runs are going to help. 42, the score will skyrocket to 42 plus 14, that is 56. So 10 overs done and dusted, the score is 56 for the loss of couple of wickets. In fact, 3 wickets. Vinod comes into bat. The Piyush looked brilliant actually. That's how you should have a 4th or 5th number batsman who can take the scoring along. Surya Kumar Yadav does it very well in the Indian cricket team. This guy seems to be the one who actually does the job for his team as well. OS Blasters have a good player to look out for. These two batsmen look good. Pratik was looking good. In fact, he gave his wicket away after getting that boundary. He was itching to get another boundary again, Nirav Darji. This man has been brilliant. He has enjoyed this ground over here. And he just bowls his very slow leg spinners. There was one leg spinner in Mumbai cricket team also who played for India, Sairaj Bhautile. He was the one who used to give nice slide to the ball. Always used to bowl with slower angles. But at times he used to be expensive even. But he was the wicket taking one. Nirav Darji is one such bowler. He will absolutely give you no pace. Very rarely you will find him bowling those quicker ones. But Piyush can take advantage. That's beautiful bowling. That's cramping up. He has done a good job. In the last 3 matches which he has been on display in the last 4-5 days, Nirav Darji has looked class apart. And he's enjoyed. The only way to get hold of him is to attack him. If you're trying to show him some respect, he's going to trouble you. You have to play him judiciously though. You cannot play riots and wild shots. You need to play proper shots which you can play against a leg spinner. You need to play your sweep shot well. That's a very good shot against him. But you're playing like this to him, it's not going to be easy. Piyush Patel can be a very good option for him. The fielder at the cow corner is the right choice for him. He's dropping deep. That's what they are doing. That's nice thinking by the captain. This is what we call proper reading of the game. They understand Piyush is the batsman. When the leg spinner comes in, that's going to go with the arm. So they have got Kapil Makwana for protection. He's their better fielders. So cow corner, square leg, wideish long on. That's beautifully done. That's what you should be doing against him. The batter has to take advantage of the slowness of the bowling, go down the wicket at times, create that doubt in his mind. Otherwise, if you're playing him on the crease, he's going to get you into trouble. He got one player out just like that. In fact, he got a couple. So they need to hit him. If they want to get some runs against him, if they want to be effective, attack is the best form of defense against Nirav. That's a wide. Up and over into the covers would be a better option, but for that to happen, you need to have your footwork right. So over the covers can be an option. There is short cover. We have fielder at wideish long off. We have one at covers. So that gap between wideish long off and covers, that has to be exploited. That extra cover gap. That's a wide. He very rarely he will give you wides, but they have to attack this man. That's what I said. You attack him, he'll be in trouble. But that's beautifully bowled. If you play same traditional kind of cricket against him, he's going to cause you trouble. You need to be little enterprising against him. You need to be little improvising against him. You need to customize a few shots, fabricate, engineer, and get those boundaries. That's what he'll do. That's what he'll do. Can't play him with that straight bat. Can't play him in that normal cricket. You need to attack such bowlers if you want to get runs of him. Score 50. 6 runs in this over in spite of conceding those 2 wides. Nirav Darji has bowled really well. Continues. He bowled well. He got a wicket. Oh, stumping. Oh, this is how you play your T20 match. Hit them, smack them when it's there in your half. Piyush Patel hitting a wonderful boundary. There was wideish long off, but he was just a spectator because the boy just raced off. There were few meters for him to cover. He wasn't able to come anywhere close to it even. Such was the power behind the shot. Almost went for a sixer, a few meters away from that boundary. That's a good shot. And Piyush did not drop a sweat into that. So just normal push of that front foot defense. Just imagine when we go full throttle, the ball's going to travel. But that's what is the secret of batting. Don't try and go extravagant. Just put some proper timing on it. Oh, this is brilliance. This is super. This is 6. Very little power, very little effort. What a result. People must have just thought the ball is going to get caught. He just lifted it smoothly. What a shot that is. Shot of the day, I would say. He has surprised himself. He hit a delightful cover drive all along the carpet. This shot was way better than that one. What a good shot that was. And that too hitting over wideish long off. When you have a player stationed over there, these boundaries are not less than 60-62 meters. So almost international dimensions if you can have across. Not so shorter boundaries. Still, he gets over them very easily. That's nice comeback by the bowler. He just got his length back. It's always good to give the flight again. Even if you're hit for a sixer boundary, he had the courage to give the flight to the ball. But the batsman, he was pure in his timing and technique. He might just go one more into the Square leg region maybe, or into that cow corner. That's good batting. He understands he has got 10 runs. No point giving a wicket away. He would not replicate the mistake what Pratik did. Pratik got a boundary and was getting itchy to get another. Once you forecast and telecast what you're going to do, the bowler is going to read it. You need to be absolutely still and not telegraph what you're going to do. Oh, that's beautifully done. Easily done. Christmas is just a few weeks away. Diwali was in the last month. This was somewhere in between. He accepted it with both hands. Diwali or Christmas gift. This is very delightful for the batter. Not so good for the fielding team. So they got 14 runs. Almost 120 meters over there. Oh, this is beautifully turned away. They'll take that first one. Take a single and rest back. Oh, that's down the leg, so that has to be a wide. Piyush looks good. Piyush, if he stays there, we'll be in for some entertainment. We always love to watch some boundaries and sixes. And we might just see another from Piyush Patel. He has looked a class apart and he has looked good. This is going to be a good contest. Nirav against him. That's huge. That's long. That's six. What a shot. almost 15 meters away from that boundary. Wonderfully hit. He has got a couple of boundaries into Loidish long off. He's got a sixer in Loidish long off, and this one was in the cow corner, and this was some power and muscle behind it. This shot had some aggression behind it. Other shots was all delightful, nice, technically touched shots. This one had a lot of power behind it. So Nirav against Kapil. So in fact, Piyush, that's what's going to be interesting. And PP is turning out the heat against Nirav Darzi. So Darzi versus Patel. That's the battle on show now. A very good bowler against a batsman who has looked prolific and has been look out for some boundaries. He has got a couple of sixes against him. His name. That's beautifully played. After getting that sixer, he is not going greedy. Just selecting a few balls and getting the score which he wants to. Slowly and steadily, they were 8 over 38, and this man is the one who has been responsible for taking this scoring ahead, putting their impetus to the scoring and smoothly doing it with little effort and lots of grace. Vinod, meanwhile, has been the one which has been who has been giving him good company. It's always how you play in partnership. That's what is more important. It's not your individual runs. He's giving a good support to him and playing some nice shots in once in a while in between. That was a very good choice of selection of a shot, because anything into that covers, you're going to get 4 runs. Only thing, you have to beat that man over there in short covers. Oh, that's beautifully bowled again. That's why this man, if you don't attack him, he's not going to concede runs. If you want runs, you have to attack him. They got 7 in this over. In spite of giving a 6, Nirav has bowled so very well. He has controlled the next 2 balls. In fact, 3 balls. Just given 1 in 3. Oh, this is super. Even if you concede a sixer or a boundary, if you can bowl like that, you will not get into trouble. Thirteen overs and 86 runs. They are going along, motoring along very well, I would say. They got 48 runs in the last 5 overs, so which is good going. 9.6 runs in the last 5 overs. That's superb. Yusuf is the new bowler, and he would try and keep this man quiet. Yusuf versus Piyush Patel. Oh, Piyush, great save with a fantastic sixer. Up and over into the commentator's box. It missed the 2 fans, the ceiling fan and also the big table fan which we have over here. It hit the scorer, it missed the manager, and it missed the commentator as well. Everyone was in a spot of bother. Piyush is showing some terrorist activities over here. He's trying to be explosive and dangerous. Such a wonderful man, this attacking the bowler at the very first ball. This is international stuff. Every time you see an international match, you will see the batters attacking the first 2 deliveries of an over. In fact, they try and hit the first over, and then they try and consolidate the over with those singles and try and make it a big one if they get a second boundary, or else they get 9-10. Piyush is on 35 now. He's got 3 sixes and a couple of boundaries to boot, and a delightful cover drive to begin his first boundary hitting. He got in fact 2 in the cow corner, 1 in the wideish long on, and 1 Oh, he goes for it again. This is 6 again. Is it? No. Kapil is in chance. 101 is his number. Oh, how I wish he would have dropped that. But he's a very, very good fielder. The ball popped out of his hands. He juggled like a clown does it in circus. But he took a very, very important catch. Unfortunately, a batsman who was looking so good gets out. Piyush Patel. He has got those runs in double quick time. 17 balls. He gets those 35 runs. Wonderful innings comes to an end, but unfortunate end to a very, very promising innings. Perhaps he should have been there till the 17th and the 18th over. Yusuf just got a wicket, and every time you get a wicket, your bowling's going to improve. That's beautifully bowled. But the choice of the shot was correct. The ball is being pitched up. There is no covers over there, so you can hit into that area and get a boundary. There are two fielders closing in, one covers, one extra cover, short extra cover. Straight to the fielder over there. That's nice pull.
Boosted energy, boosted है life. Iron से iconic enersal, energize. Iron से iconic enersal, energize. Iron से iconic, iron से iconic, iron से iconic, iron से iconic.
So 8 runs and a very important wicket of Piyush. Straight to the fielder over there, and some good running. Just a single. That's beautifully bowled. Equally well played. 1 run. That's beautifully bowled. It just zooted. Had no chance for the batter. Straight to the fielder. Completely squared him up. Yusuf got that very important wicket of Piyush. When Piyush was there, the scoring was almost 10 runs per over. Last 2 overs, just 3 runs and 4 runs. In fact, 3 and 6, 9 runs in the last 2 overs. Yusuf's last over, they got a sixer, they got a couple of runs, they got Piyush. Then there was an over of just 3 runs. Single in this over. Might see some intent to go for a big shot. Maybe into that cow corner region. Oh, that was there. That's nicely played. That's 4 runs. That's what you should be using those angles well. Every time the ball is pitched into that area where there are no fielders, you should be capitalizing on it. Instead, you should try and convert those good balls into the bad ball. That's what Surya Kumar does. He does not play all those fancy shots. He just finds the spots where there are no fielders. Every time you put a fielder from other area in, he will hit that boundary in that area. That's what you say. You're playing with the field, they say. That's what has to be done. You need to convert some good balls into some bad ones. It's not how good shots you play, it's what angles you find in cricket. A very good over again comes to an only that one bad ball of full toss which was converted for a boundary. What a shot to get out the first ball. One bounce. Does it go all the way? Yes, it has gone all the way. Just seemed that it will be a falling just shot. Instead, it goes all the way into that cow corner region. What a shot that was. On the rise against a bowler who has bowled really well. He gets a sixer. Vinod wasn't able to have a sight of this bowler. He came in and very nicely he dispatched Vinod. That's beautifully done. What a good delicate touch it is. If it has to be a one, very very soft and nice. Yeah, that's brilliance when you talk about running between the wickets. So 3 runs with some delightful running by the batter Vinod over there. 109 runs in this over. They got 14 runs in this over. That's nicely bowled. The length was fine, the pace was fine, the line wasn't. Vishal comes into ball. Vishal has got a wicket. Beautifully flighted. Good shot by him. So Rishabh Kapoor, it is. We know there's got a sixer in the last over. It would be Rishabh's responsibility to get a boundary. A boundary every over is going to be important. If they want to get come somewhere close to 150, 160, that's how they should be approaching the next few overs. They got 109 in 16 overs. So if you calculate roughly around 10 runs per over, they are going to get close to 150 if they go 10 runs per over. They are bound to get an over in which they get 15, 16 runs. So you have to watch out for those kind of overs now. That's beautiful bowling. Slowing it down. They need to attack him. Vinod, I will go big. Take my word, he's not going to take a backward step. That's beautiful bowling again. He has completely squared him up. Brilliance from Vishal. Instead of playing on the back foot, they should be trying to play me on the rise. That would be a better option against him. Even that hasn't worked. He just took his length little back. That's what the bowler has done. He anticipated the batsman is going to play on the front foot. He took it little back, bowled it little quicker. The previous 2 balls, he bowled into that area where the batsman was finding it difficult whether to go on the back foot or front foot. Might just see him pitching it a little shorter again. Yeah, shorter again, but slashed. The ball is swirling. just for a single. A wide and a couple of singles in this over so far. One last. They need a boundary of this over. Remember, they got 14 in the previous over. They need at least one boundary every over. The boundary also won't help because they got a lot of 3 dot balls, in fact. That's how you should be going for it. It's flat batted. It is gone for a sixer. Yes, it is. I think it has gone all the way. No, just short of it. Maybe just perilously close to that boundary over there. That's a very good shot. Nicely swept that slog sweep into that cow corner region. They needed that. 116 at the end of over number 17. Oh, that's outside the off. So that has to be a wide, very wide ball. In fact, that's a right call. But that looked heading towards that cow corner. Inside out over the covers would be a better option. Will he go into that direction? He wanted to, but he's cleaned him up. So Amardeep comes into bat. He's a good bowler. Let's see what he does with the bat in his hand. Amardeep has to give company to Vinod, who's actually doing the prime job of scoring. The other batters need to give him some good company, not to waste those balls in the 18th over. When you can play 2 dot balls at the first 2 balls, that's not good. He was playing along well with him. Best idea would be to give strike to his partner. That's what Amardeep has to do. Oh, that's nicely done. Just short of that man over there at Whitish long on. And he makes a hash of it. Amardeep gets a couple. There's Whitish long on, there's cow corner, there is mid wicket. 3 fielders patrolling that area. That was bowled with little nice action, which he took a halt and he bowled. Ravichandran Ashwin did it. Very few bowlers do it with that stop and go kind of bowling. He just takes a pause in between, then he bowls. Very few. Ravichandran Ashwin does it once in a while in between. See the way he comes in. Yeah, stops, delivers, smashed for a sixer. Is it just short or has it gone all the way? Yes, it has, just over that line into that mid wicket region towards the right of it. In fact, the fielder says it's a boundary. It's a boundary. Yeah, yeah, that's a boundary. That was such a nice shot. Slog sweep into that mid wicket region, not an easy shot to execute. But that's a better option actually if you go. When you play those sweep shots, in fact, you have your eyesight on the ball more because you need to play it properly. So you say the cross batted shots, you don't have to put a lot of effort not to see the ball. Whenever you play shots like this, a cross batted shots or a reverse, you seem to pay more attention to the ball because you are bound to see it properly, then only you can hit it. Other shots you can just understand, anticipate and hit. But you play those cross batted shots, at times you use a lot more concentration than what people think. These are not some blind shots. These are some properly played on the top shots. Shots like this, not easy to execute. Just swept it outside the off stump. What a shot! Completely agricultural, but has got fabulous 6 runs for his team. Not easy to execute. Surya Kumar like fantastic sixer. That was pulled like you pull out a snotty boy who is making a lot of trouble in the class, pulling his ears and taking him out. That kind of shot that was. Beautifully hit. It's been good, Vinod. After Piyush Patel, this man has been the one who has looked enterprising. Very different from Piyush, but very effective. This is nicely done. He keeps the strike. That is smart batting. What a shot. This is flat. This is 4 runs. Oh, in fact, it does a fantastic job. He did everything right. I take my words back. I just declared it as a boundary. I thought the fielder would have no chance. He made a great job going towards his left, trying to stop that ball. Unfortunately, the ball just ricocheted off his body, went on for a boundary. But good effort, nevertheless. You may feel these balls have to be stopped, but these are not easy balls to be stopped. The ball just travels very fast on this quick outfield, and very little time you get to adjust yourself and adapt and stop that one. Will it go for it again? Makwana is a fantastic bowler. Oh, this is brilliant running. What? See, Amardeep, 7-8 steps. He is back. Those long legs of his, just like Karen Pollard, he just takes a few steps and reaches the other end. This is nicely done. The ball is racing towards that mid wicket. Will it go for a boundary? It's a chase on. No one's going to win it except for the ball. What a shot. They are just displaying some late order batting and late into the innings. This man, Vinod, is just giving us some serious entertainment. Vinod means something which makes you happy, which something related to sarcasm, something related to fun. But Vinod is ball batting with a lot of seriousness. He's batting like a Gambhir over here. Vinod means Marathi, it says fun or some joke, but this guy, nothing funny about it. He is batting seriously. Some serious stuff from this man, batting and playing some delightful strokes against a very good team who has got a couple of wins against a bowler who is a very good bowler. It is very difficult to get runs of this man, and very few batters have been able to do this in the last week. This man is doing it easily. Oh, such nice noise. This is screaming towards that midway. What a shot. There were two fielders. One that wideish long on, another in the cow corner. Absolutely no chance these two guys had. Hitting against the best bowler of the opposition. Getting those 3 crucial boundaries. It is super stuff from Vinod late down the order. Late into the innings. Beautifully bowled. Good comeback by Kapil Makana. Finally getting his line and length right. That's the hard length. People talk about Yorkers, people talk about slower bounces, people talk about slower deliveries. The best ball at times is your length ball. It's not always easy to get those length. Length ball does not mean you bowl into that area where you can go for a swing. That hard length, just short of that good length, and bowling it hard into the pitch. That's what we call bowling into that hard length. This is super stuff. What a great comeback. Brilliant Yorker to get the man who hit him for 3 boundaries dislodged. Leg stump has gone for a walk. The bails are missing. Vinod has got 44 of just 25 balls. Pinang comes in again. That's good bowling. Absolutely no clue the batter had. That's Amardeep now. 6 balls, they had to take this scoring somewhere close to 155. If Vinod was there, 160 was a certainty. In absence of him, they have to look out for smaller targets now. Next 5 balls, they need to try and score at least 5 to 8 runs. That's what I would say. In fact, if they get 10, that's fine. But that's brilliant stuff. That's what I'm thinking. 150 also would be difficult after Vinod's departure. Finally, he gets connection. They need to run quickly now. They have to take a couple in this. They have to go for it. No, the batter at the striking end is in no mood to give strike. 2 balls remaining. Score moves on to 146. They need a boundary to get to that 150 mark. That can be a competitive total. Oh, beautifully done. This will be 4 runs. If it slashes, no, there's some protection over there. The batter, meanwhile, who's going to be out? Amardeep. It's anyway, the new batsman's going to come. If it was Amardeep or him getting out, the other batter getting out would have been a better option because he would have run better. The last delivery, the last ball. The score's 147. It will go on to 148. In fact, it can go on to 140. Yes, it will be another wicket. In fact, he completes a brace, gets a couple. The target is 150. At least that 150 would be there. They played really well. Piyush Patel was brilliant. Vinod was brilliant. Others, they tried to give some good company. They have something to bowl at now. 150 is the target. So the chase of 150 begins. Chirag and Vinod, the opening batters, in pursuit of those runs, just to keep that unbeaten run going. They have won 2 in 2. Would like to make it an unblemished record. We saw some fantastic quarter final yesterday. Argentina prevailing over Netherlands. What a match that was. 2-2 and 4-3 they won. One of the best clashes. So the Messi fans are happy. It would be Portugal fans, Ronaldo, CR7 fans would be up and ready. Or will the English be? So that's the story of World Cup. Let's come back to our cricket and the darts tournament. Oh, this is beautifully carved. Good choice of shot by Chirag. The bowling's good. Good penetrative line outside the off stump. Vinod, who played brilliantly with that fantastic knock of 44 of 25. And that's nicely turned. That would be the first couple of runs. Instead, they go against it. Just a single. Good work by the fielder over there. Beautifully bowled again. Right line, right length. That's what you do with the new ball. Pitch it up and give the ball the chance to move maximum. Almost got his man. Oh, that's short and that's 4 runs. You cannot be bowling there. This is Christmas and Diwali gift put together. Just lost his control. Very rank half volley. In fact, a short half tracker, which was put with disdain. Oh, that's a full toss, not capitalized, just for a single. That should have been put for another boundary, in fact. Misses out the batter. Oh, that's slashed and very well fielded. Great piece of work over there. That's nicely bowled. Full toss again. This time the line length was slightly uppish and was taken advantage of. The first ball was just slipped out of the hands, but after that he has bowled it really well. Piyush is generally a very. That's beautifully bowled again. It was a full toss, agreed, but he's trying to pitch the ball up. 8 runs at the end of this second over. So scores 8. The first over was just for a single, and they got 7 in the next. Vinod comes back again to bowl that over. Oh, that is uppish. That is up and over into the covers for a very beautifully played boundary. Second boundary of the innings. This one was much better than previous one. Previous one was a gift. This was nicely done into the covers. Some energy, some penetration in the batting now. Score moves on to 12. Oh, this is beautifully done. What a shot. But straight to the field. I thought it was going over him. The idea was right. The extension wasn't. And execution going wrong. Instead of going for that extended drive over that mid off, he hit straight to him. I thought it was going boundary wards. Choice of the shot was right. The swing wasn't timed well. That's a very important wicket. Vinod gets his one. Jitin just got out. He played a very good innings a day before. Jatin comes in, the new man. Jitin's out, Jatin's back. Oh, beautifully bowled. Is it 2 in 2? Very close to being the second wicket. Boundary and a wicket in this over. He just skips down the ground. This is race. Will it be a brace? Yes, it is a brace minimum. Will they go for the third? They won't. Effort, good fielding effort over there. This is nicely bowled. That's the inside of the bat. That would be a race. That would be minimum 3 runs if they run hard. They will be coming for the third. They have to come for the third. Will they go for the third? They won't. That's a good decision. Piyush Patel it is. Pretty good all rounder. Any team would love to have a player like him. This is beautiful bowling. Super stuff from the tall left armour. He's getting his rhythm right. Remember, he was a bowler who bowled that almost ball which bounced twice, gave the boundary of the first ball. After that, he has come back so good. That was once in a while, that was a small blemish. The ball might have slipped out of his hand. The new ball can be tricky at times. That can skid and can slip also. That short ball. That's a very bad ball, but that would have fallen just no man's land. That would be easy brace. Just to nothing more than that. That's beautifully turned away. That will race away for a boundary. No one's going to stop that one. That's pure timing. That's using the new ball to good effect. That's another bad ball which he has bowled. Generally, it's a very, very safe bowler, Piyush Patel. That's beautifully done. Straight to the fielder. Good bowling there by Piyush Patel. Played beautifully with soft hands. Another single.
Boosted energy, boosted है life. Iron से iconic enersal, energize. Iron से iconic enersal, energize. Iron से iconic, iron से iconic, iron से iconic, iron से iconic.
That's slashed, and that is very good work by the fielder over there. Absolutely super stuff. Anything towards his left and right was 4 runs. To gauge that ball, which is moving, which is swirling, which is having a lot of spin on it, it's not easy. Good work by the fielder over there in that wideish gully. That's nicely bowled. That's nicely bowled. Wide outside the off stump. 5 overs and 26 runs on the scorecard. Oh, that's beautifully bowled, Yorker. Oh, that's beautifully bowled again. Bowling that Yorker length. Nothing special about his bowling, just right length. But that's what is more important. That's wide down the leg side. That's again wonderful bowling. Good flight. The line absolutely right. The length right under the nose of the batsman. All Yorkers in this over. Pitching it up, having the courage to pitch the ball up as a spinner. That's always great to see. That's slightly outside the off stump. He gets away with it. Very well bowled this one. Slower slightly. Straight to the fielder, into that covers. Running away behind it. That will be a couple of runs. That's a wide down the leg side. Straight to the field. That's an edge. Almost a wicket. Just managed to get a couple. That's short, and that is it down the ground. Piyush. That's short, but that is handled very well by the batter. Going on to the back foot, taking in the single. Amardeep over there. That was in the slot. That was it into the cow corner region. Will it be a couple? Some good work over there by the fielder. Getting rid of the ball quickly. Just a single. 7 overs and just 37 runs. They are going at a rate of 5.3 runs per over. Thirteen overs to get 113 runs. That's a shot and a half. That will be straight to Piyush though. Chirag, who came as the opening batsman, he's playing on 19 and 10 respectively. Jatin came in at the fall of Jatin Mehta. Chirag. That's beautifully played off the back foot. Scoring's being halted. If they continue with this kind of bowling, they will have at least 90-95 runs to score in the last 10. That won't be easy. They're scoring at a very low pace. That challenge over might just expedite the scoring rate and get into us proper. That should have been played in the offside. That would have been 4 runs into the extra cover region. Instead, it went cross batted. Couldn't time it well. Just a single. A mere push into the covers would have fetched him 4 runs. Chirag comes back on strike. He's 20. That's nicely bowled. Rishabh putting the ball in the right areas. It's nicely bowled again. That's an opportunity. That would be a wicket, I think. No, he has just come in. Chira going for that big shot into the wideish long on just for a single. So 6 runs in this over at the end of over number 8. The score is 43. They need 107 in the next. That's beautifully bowled. He's bowling his second over. He's bowling some good balls in between. He creates some chances. Also, he gives you that boundary hitting ball. That's beautifully carved. What a shot this is. Open the face of the bat, and that would be an easy couple. Good shot that is. He almost got his man. In fact, he stumped out. Jigar is the new man in. Chirag has looked good, but the scoring has been halted by some good bowling. They're looking at this total as 150. It is looking like a 170, 180 now. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Played with soft hand. Jigar takes that single. Just 4 runs in this over. They need 103 runs in the next 11 overs. That's a very good shot into the cover. Amardeep has to do a lot of chasing. They get a brace. So Rishabh, it is Chirag. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. They need 4 of 4 now. Oh, that's going to be a wide. That would be 2 wides, in fact. That's going to help. The target of 7 seems to be an easy one now. Remember, they were 42 at the end of over number 9. These guys are 43, so they are almost similar. So that would be like 57 at the end of this over if they happen to finish that one. What a shot that is. That would be done and dusted. They move on to 57 now. Challenge over, you get your challenge runs doubled. So 43 plus 14, they will take them to 57. And they need exactly 93 runs in the next 10 overs to win this one. I beg your pardon, there was a correction. The score was 47, so 14 runs added to it, makes it 61. They need 89 runs to win in the next 10 overs. Mayank comes in to bowl his third over. He has bowled well. He hasn't been special with his big turners or with some very big flight or something, but he's bowled the ball in the right areas. We know just giving the responsibility of bowling those middle overs. So 89 runs needed in the next 10. They would like to at least bowl 2-3 overs, not more than 6 or 5 runs each. That's good bowling. He's not giving absolutely no pace to the batters over there. 88 in the remaining 59 balls. Chirag. That's nicely hit straight towards the fielder in that short cover. In fact, deep cover. With that single, the score will go ahead. Will go on to 63 now. Jigar. He has a unique way of holding his bat. Opens the face of it. Mayank bowling smartly, not giving more than 1 run per ball. That's beautifully flighted. That would be an opportunity to fall in no man's land. They get a couple. The ball moves, swirls. Not before they get a couple. Chirag gets fortunate. Chirag gets a couple of runs. Again a brace. A lot of fortune for this man, Chirag. Mayank won't be happy. Oh, that is beautifully swept. There's Piyush. In fact, that's not Piyush, but a couple of runs again. So 8 runs in this over. They need 81 runs in the next 9. That's beautifully bowled. Off to the back foot. Amardeep is there. An easy brace. Oh, that is pulled. There's a fielder just halfway through into the. That is good running. They run a lot of doubles in that last space of 10 balls. Again a couple. Oh, that's beautifully played. Balls racing towards the mid wicket for a single. That's down the leg side. We'll wait for the umpire's call. And that would be two wides, I think. No? Yes, two wides. That's an opportunity. That would be the wicket. Yes, it is. Similar like Kapil Makwana's wicket. Chirag gets out. He played a good innings. He played a lot of doubles. He gets out. 42 of 36 ball. A very, very important innings. Almost chopped off the 30% of the runs which his teams need. And gets back. So 10 runs and a wicket of Chirag. Oh, that's pulled straight to the fielder over there. Would be a single. That small fumble would enable them to go for that second one easily. Piyush, he took a good catch. They did exactly 68 runs in the next 6.5 overs. In fact, 7.5 overs. That's a full toss. The ball is racing. Amardeep will do a good work. In fact, he does great job and releases the ball quickly. Saved a run for his team. In fact, saved a boundary. The ball was moving swiftly. Oh, that's beautifully shot. That would be a couple of runs minimum. Amardeep does the job of tidying it up. Good throw, but can't prevent them from going for a second. That's good batting. He is their big hitter, Pranav. He is the one who takes the scoring along. He is the one who motors the innings with some acceleration. Let's see whether he replicates his performance. He has been good in the last 3-4 days. Oh, he played almost 2-3 shots together. The ball just didn't arrive. Oh, that's smashed. One run. Oh, that's beautifully played with soft hands. 63 needed in the next 7. That is 9 runs per over needed from here on. It's anybody's match. One good over, and OIS Blasters would be right back into this one. That is hit into that. Oh, that's not good work. He got confused. He wanted to go with the hands, and he decided to go with the legs. The ball just went over. He wanted to play the delicate shot. He got one fortuitous boundary where the ball fielder just misfielded it. They need 9 runs per over. They need an over in which they give not more than 3-4 runs of old bowling side. And the batting side are doing everything right. Pranav is a good entrant. And also this man Jigar, he understands to keep the scoreboard moving. He's a very smart player. Oh, there's two dot balls in a concession. That's an opportunity. Nicely done by Jigar. That has been a good comeback after that boundary being conceded. Oh, that's beautifully played, but straight to the fielder Amardeep. The ball is swirling. Does a good job and just gets it away. That's more important. A brace will take the target closer.
Boosted energy, boosted है life. Iron से iconic enersal, energize. Iron से iconic enersal, energize. Iron से iconic, iron से iconic, iron से iconic, iron से iconic.
That's beautiful hit. The ball's racing towards Amardeep. He does a great job, but that was 2 runs actually. Pranav didn't run well. Amardeep has done a good job over there. They need 54 in the remaining 5.5 overs. So that's going to be almost 9 runs per over, a little bit more than that. So 54 in the next 5.5, that would be 9 runs per over. If they bowl well, they are into it. One good over and the run rate would become 10 runs per over. Remember, they were 95 at the end of 15 overs. So they have got that run which the opposition has got in the 14 overs. So they are 96 right now. That's beautifully bowled. Nice bowling by Mayank. That's beautifully played using the soft hand, but the bowling has been good. Even if singles are given away, 6 singles will be fine because 9 runs is what the required run rate is. If he manages to give 6 runs per over, that will creep on to almost 10 runs per over. So that's good going. But if the boundary they get in between, they'll get their pass score which they need of 9 or 10 runs per over. That is hit in the air. The good work by the fielder gets rid of it. That's a single. So this singles every ball they have got. That has been a good over from Mayank. This is last over, the ultimate over. He is bowling well. Vinod has a lot of faith in him and he has delivered. They need 50 in the next 5.1 overs. So they need almost 10 runs per over from here on. Oh, that's a cracking shot off the back foot. Just one run. They need 49 runs in the next 5. 9.8 runs per over. That was played with soft. Instead, he should have gone for a full-blooded drive. Oh, there's a chance. Pranav is in a lot of bother. In fact, he will be sold down the river. In fact, he comes back. Rishi wanted the throw to be directly on stumps. Thankfully, Pranav is back. He can't be giving away his wicket by being a run out. He is a player who is known for big hits. I just think he might go big in the next couple of balls. Amardeep has been kept busy everywhere he has been put into. He has been given that area of patrolling that extra covers and he has been kept busy. For now, then now he becomes a deep square leg for the left-handed Jigar. It has been a good over. Uh, Anytime the scoring is going to be below 9, the pressure is going to be piled on. The run rate, which was hovering around 7.5, has gone on to 8 and has now reached 9 and almost 10 now. This is not bad at all for the fielding side because there's a pile on the pressure. Those small little steps are going to take you deeper. They have won both matches, and a win over here will seal the deal. Whereas OAS Blasters have won one, lost one. Pranav. Pranav wanted to go big. He goes big, and that would be a boundary. Very difficult to stop that one. They needed that. They needed that in that over. Almost got his man. They needed a dot delivery also. If they get a wicket of Pranav, they would be right back into it. But Bunty is a good batsman to come in. Mang is good. Who's to follow? He got 25 odd runs in 10 12 balls in the previous match. That's an opportunity. That would be a big wicket if he gets him. He gets him easily. Good catch by the tallest player over there, taking the important catch. It's like giving it back to him. In fact, it was Kapil who took his catch. No, Pius takes another catch. Two good catches by him and off two big players. It was Jatin first. In fact, Chirag first. Oh, Himang comes in. Bunty. He is a mighty strong player. Exactly 42 in the next 4. 10.5 runs per over needed from here on. Generally, it is the 19th over which is the most important over in any chase. But here, this over can win it for the fielding team. If he gives anything below 5 or 6 runs, that's going to be a very difficult chase then. But if they manage to get 12, 13 runs in this over, the fielding batting team, the chasing team would be happy. The Jiga is there and there's Bunty. Hemang actually is a match winner for them. He comes in. This is perfect stage set for him. He is their Hardik Pandya. He can win it for them. Let's see. He played really well in the first match. He got 20 odd runs in just 10 or 11 balls. So that's what he can do. Let's wait and watch. Jigar goes big. That would be another. It was completely mistimed. He did not judge it properly. He was in no position to take that one. Somehow he managed to pick that one. They say something in Hindi, Majburi mein bahaduri. But that was a good catch. He is their one of the premier players. He is their captain. He is their batsman. He is their bowler. He does everything. And he caught this one just with all wrong steps. Jigar gets out. Best part is Hemang would be on strike and he can smash them. If they get Hemang, they will be in a position to win this one. Piyush Patel bowling his last over. This is the over which can make or break for them. 40 runs, 42 runs in fact needed in the next 22 balls. The run rate from 9 has gone on to 10, now has gone to 10.5. It is closing in on 11 now. Oh, that's a very bad ball, and that is treated with disdain. That would be 6 runs. That's going to help. Very rare occasion where he has dropped the ball short and he has been treated and dealt with aptly. Though the 6 runs will take the target closer, it will be 36 in the next 21 balls. They need 36 in the next 21 balls. He had piled up some good pressure bowling those 2 dot deliveries, but that short pitch ball was nicely dealt with. This is good. Line is right. Amardeep, a couple of runs added. 34 needed in the next 20. So it is anybody's match. That's beautifully bowled. Piyush Patel, he played really well. He got those 35 runs. He got hit those 3 sixes. Almost a player who can do everything. Forget about Shakibul Hasan. He is their premier player like Ian Botham. He is a spinner, but he contributes like an Ian Botham for England. That's beautifully bowled. That is best delivery. And see, in spite of just giving that single, that considered that sixer, he has just given away 7 runs. That is wonderful bowling. 34 runs needed in the next 3. The run rate from 9, 8 to had gone on to 9, 9 to 10. Now it has gone on to 11.33 runs per over. 34 in the next 3 overs. So 3 overs to get 34 runs. Oh, that's very well done by the bowler. Great work. Great stuff. Porek bowling his last over. Second, he has a couple of overs remaining. So he might be the one who will bowl one of those overs. Maybe the 20th over. Because we know there's 1 over to go. Piyush has finished. But that's nicely done again. In fact, that's a wide. The length was fine, but the line wasn't. It was slightly iffy. We know it's not happy, but he's not in the best of the angles to see where the ball was. They need 33 in the next 17. Oh, he's cleaned him up. That's a big wicket. That's a very big wicket because he can win the match on his own and he gets out. That's a very big wicket because he is their big hitter and he gets out. That's a big blow. He wins the matches on his own. That's a very, very big batsman getting out. So that's beautifully done. Off the back foot, straight to the fielder at point for a single. That was a big blow. Getting Bunty out, getting Imang out have manifolded their chances of winning this one. Beautifully bowled by this man. That's a crucial wicket. This is a match winning over bowled by Jay. Almost got another. Wonderful spell this has been. He has one more over. Some fumble. They need 31 more. He has considered just 3 so far and has got a wicket of Himang. So 31 needed in the next 13 balls. 14 balls. A couple balls remaining in fact. Oh, that's beautifully bowled again. 13-13. 13 balls and 30 runs needed. He is bowling a match winning overs over here. He is given away just 4 in these 5 balls. If they don't get a boundary, they would be more happy. This is a tough target now for anybody to achieve. 30 runs in 2 overs is not easy at all. They need a boundary of this ball. Vinod has 1 over. And that is a fantastic over coming to an end. 5 runs in this over. They need 29 in the next 12. It will be Vinod. And then again Jai will come back to bowl the last over. 29 needed in the next 2. 14.5 runs per over. Vinod has 1. Jai has 1. So probably these 2 other bowlers who are going to finish off. So Vinod's their crucial guy. He comes in. 29 needed in the next 12. His 6 balls are going to be important. This is the match will decide who's going to win. That's not a good ball by Vinod. Just bowled a little casually. 28 runs needed. They have to treat this over as the last over and try and get 17-18 runs of this over. Not easy it would be against the opening bowler. Oh, almost got his wicket. 11 balls to get 28 runs. They need minimum 4 boundaries to win this one. 4 balls have to go. That's the first one. And through him. Through his hands. Should have been taken. Wasn't taken. That's the first 6 to come. They need 22 of the next 10. It altogether changes the dynamics of the game now. They got a 6er. Now 3 boundaries also can win it for them. Oh, that's nicely done. There's protection. Oh, great job. One-handed pick up and throw, but great running. Gives him a brace. With that brace, in fact, that would be very a big blow. Can't be giving away a wicket like that. So 2 runs and a wicket will get 20 runs needed of the next 9. They need almost 14 runs per over from here on. Nine balls, 20 runs to win. They need 3 boundaries or 2 sixers to win this one. So they need to find at least 3 bad balls to win this one. You'll get a couple of runs in between braces. You'll get a wide or so. They need 3 bad balls to win this one. 20 runs of 9 balls is not impossible on this ground. If you have strong arms, you can make good connection. You can get runs. But that's just like that. But that will just fall short of the fielder over there. And that's good work by him. It does it. 8 balls, 19 to win. Oh, that's nicely done. Straight down the ground. That's a single. That's a brace added. They need 17 more to win this one. Of the next 7. Oh, that's just short of the fielder over there. That's a chance. That's a direct hit. Can't discount anyone. He had a dodgy shoulder. He threw it underarm, but he got a very important wicket. They got a single. They got a wicket, importantly, of the man who was hitting big. They need 16 runs in the last 6 balls. The last 6 balls of Jay. 6 balls and 16 runs to win. You may feel OIS will win it easily, but you never know in cricket. They lost their big hitting player via run out. They got lost Pranav, they lost Hemang. The match which they were supposed to win it easily, they are in deep trouble. 15 needed in the next 5. Nirav has done his job, he has given strike. So it has to be Yusuf who wins it for them now. Yusuf has to hit 3 big shots just to make it simpler and easier. 1 sixer, 2 boundaries needed minimum from here on. 5 balls, 15 runs to win. 3 big hits. Oh, that's a wonderful shot, but straight to the fielder who has been kept busy the whole day. Amardeep, he does a good job but can't throw it quick enough. Bhag Milka Bhag would be the mantra now for the next 4 balls. 4 balls in which to get 13 runs. That's going to help. That's going to help. A sixer here will make things very interesting. They need just 1 sixer to get into this one. Now the equation says 4 ball 13 runs. If they get a sixer, it's going to be 3 balls 7 runs. Sixer and a boundary needed to win this one. As simple as that. 3 big shots will do it, but sixer and a boundary needed. In fact, a couple of boundaries also would do. Oh, this is a boundary. This is no. In fact, that is no well timed. Amardeep has been kept busy. He is almost like a man in the office who does all the work on his own. The rest all are just enjoying. A couple added. They need 11 of the next 3. One sixer and they win this one. In fact, they need a sixer and a boundary. Sixer of this ball will make it very interesting. Probably you can see the first tie even because they won't go for that single again. 3 balls, 11 runs to win. Yusuf versus OIS Blasters now. They need a sixer to win this one. Oh yeah, that will seal the deal. Jay Parekh has won the game with his bowling with the 18th over and also in the 20th over now. 2 balls, 11 runs to win. A sixer over here will open the brackets for a probable tie or a victory even. 2 balls, 11 runs to win. In fact, that will seal the deal. Amardeep has been kept busy the whole night. He will need a lot of painkillers in the night today. He has run so much. If he had kept on running, he would have reached from sign to BT for now. So much he has run today. 10 needed on the last ball. That's a wide. 9 needed now. What a shot to finish a very, very good match. 4 runs. They lose this by 4 runs. But both the teams have got 2 wins each. They have got tasted defeat once. So that's going to be very, very interesting reading now. Congratulations, ORS. You have won against a very, very strong side of. So they finished their league matches with this one.